Here we are at Vero Beach. We have a 4:05 scheduled flight to HPN this afternoon, but it looks like that flight's going to be late because the flight that's coming in to pick us up to go to HPN is coming from Islip. It just left the gate and it's already 5 after 1. So it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a delay, perhaps an hour delay, getting off to HPN this evening, which is not so unusual for us because it seems like that's the norm. Although yesterday's flight was right on time, came in earlier to HPN, it's going to be late today, that's for sure. So it's a nice day here in Vero Beach. It's going to be nice weather up north, and we're looking forward to it. We have a great flight today because we have a great seat. We're in row 4, which is just behind the nicest section, but it has super wide seats, super wide leg room as well, and great view out the wonderful breeze windows. At the same time, we know that this aircraft is only 4 months old, so it's going to have that new aircraft smell when we get on board.
That's right. Dad is back flying today on the usual route, and he's enjoying Vero Beach before his departure. The airport is only about 10 minutes away from the beach district, so this is the perfect place to wait when your flight is delayed. It's a great day today, and of course, it'll be a great day for the flight as well. Oh look, in the distance, we can see an airplane coming in for a landing on runway 30 left. That's the runway that his Breeze A220 will depart on later. Well, the time has come to leave the beach because the big blue Moxie plane is approaching the Vero Beach Airport. So let's go. After choosing to eat lunch in the city rather than at CJ Cannon's at the airport, the first thing he did this time was head out to the outdoor bag claim area for some nice airport views.
Well, I made it to the airport and I'm very excited about departing on runway 30 left today. Today's inbound flight is scheduled to land at 3:42. The departure time for HPN is 4:05. I don't think they'll turn this plane around in any fashion in that amount of time. More likely will be somewhat delayed as usual. I'm very excited about today's flight. We're going to be doing the Bono arrival to HPN, get a good view of LaGuardia and Kennedy airports. Hey, look up there. There's coconuts growing from that tree right at the airport tarmac.
But it's not just coconuts up there that's worth looking up for. Here we can see a JetBlue A220-300 at 18,000 feet descending to Palm Beach from Boston.
We've got 2 Breeze aircraft here at the same time. Our plane is, of course, delayed in Islip, and delayed here because some seat issue was broken. Nothing is new. We should have taken off over 40 minutes ago, but we were late again. So here we go. There goes the Breeze plane. Brand new aircraft, 4 months old. And I whatever had an issue with the other plane. I've never seen 2 here at the same time. But the beautiful aircraft nonetheless. Here we go. AMO picture. Here we go. Beautiful high bypass geared turbofans. Brand new aircraft, 4 months old. Beautiful. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I hope my seat wasn't broken, was it?
I don't know.
Hey, quiet. Here we are aboard Breeze 914 to White Plains. The local time here is almost 5 minutes to 5. We should have taken off 5 minutes after 4. We're delayed for various reasons. One of the reasons may be there was an issue with a seat on the plane. The other issue is boarding passengers on wheelchairs. There's only like one person who brings single passengers and wheelchairs aboard. So that's very, there's not enough ground crew actually to help out that process. So
Good evening, welcome aboard Breeze Airways.
Okay, welcome aboard Breeze Airways.
Welcome to flight number 914 with services to White Plains. Quickly find your seat and place large items in the bin.
Two mechanics had to come and fix it, beside the other delays. En route flight time for us, 2 hours and 20 minutes, 35,000 feet. It's gonna be nice all the way to the time when we have to approach and land. White Plain, it's really gusty, strong winds. So, but we'll get you an update as we get closer. We invite you to sit back, relax, and we'll get you there. Thank you.
Okay, this delayed flight is ready to go, but ground control won't allow pushback for another 5 minutes.
Vero Beach Ground, Moxie 914, ready for push. Moxie 914, Vero Beach Ground, Roger, hold distance, good enough. Moxie 914, just going to be a couple more minutes, get you moving here shortly. Roger. Moxie 914, pushback approved, 5 ready taxi. Push approved, Moxie 914.
All right, it's finally time to move backwards under tug here on the ramp at VRB. The tug's aim is to place the nose of the aircraft in the direction of taxi to get to runway 30 left. Once stopped and with the tug removed, Moxie 914 can call ground control for taxi instructions to the departure runway.
Ground, Moxie 914, ready to taxi with Gulf. Moxie 914, Vero Beach Ground, runway 30 left, taxi via Charlie. Can you take Charlie 2 intersection departure, distance remaining 6,850 feet? 30 left via Charlie, we can take Charlie 2, Moxie 914. Moxie 914, thanks for that, runway 30 left to Charlie 2, taxi via Charlie, Charlie 2. 30 left to Charlie 2 via Charlie, Moxie 914.
So it's once again off to runway 30 left, but this time around the entire runway will not be used as the ground controller verified with the pilot that he can use taxiway Charlie 2 to enter the runway, affording 6,850 feet of runway instead of the full 7,314 feet. It's fine for this A220 today, and taxiway Charlie will allow this young airplane to get there. We can see the sign for taxiway Charlie 2 with an arrow. This aircraft will follow the arrow along the center line of the taxiway to get to the runway. On the left side of taxiway Charlie 2 is a black and red sign. The black sign says Charlie 2, which indicates to the pilot that this is indeed taxiway Charlie 2, and the red sign shows the runway number. 12 right is to the left, which is why it's on the left-hand side, and 30 left is on the right, which is why it's on the right-hand side. There's a little bit of runway on the right side, but not that much. The sign is positioned at the hold line painted on the ground.
Moxie 914, Vero Beach Tower, runway 30 left, Charlie 2 intersection, cliff takeoff, landing 300.
30 left to Charlie 2, clear for takeoff, heading 300, Moxie 914.
All right, cleared for takeoff. Now, let's listen into the tower frequency. Notice how busy the tower is. There are a lot of small airplanes around the airspace, and once this flight is handed off to departure controller, the controller will tell the aircraft to just maintain 2,000 feet.
West inbound, full stop with Gulf.
34317 Bravo, Vero Beach Tower, make left traffic, runway 30 left.
Vero Beach Tower, Cherokee 6232, Hotel 8 miles southwest. Request for a stop with Gulf.
Sky 558, runway 30 right, taxi via Foxtrot. Sky 555, runway 30 left, clear land.
Clear to land for 30 left, Sky 555.
Cherokee 6232, Hotel, Vero Beach Tower, say again?
Cherokee 6232, Hotel 7 miles southwest. Request for a stop with Gulf.
Cherokee 6232, Hotel, Vero Beach Tower, make left traffic, runway 30 left.
Left traffic 30 left, 23 Hotel.
Sky Flight 53, just remain on the heading that you're on now. I told you to go westbound, just remain on the heading you're on now.
Main on heading Sky 553.
Sky Flight 53, just make a right 360 and then I'll give you a turn on course as soon as I can.
553.
Moxie 914, maintain 2000, contact Palm Beach departure.
Maintain 2000, contact departure, Moxie 914.
There's a lot of traffic out there, and the controller only assigned the flight 2,000 feet. On the departure frequency, listen carefully to the controller pointing out traffic at 1 o'clock at 2,600 feet and 11 o'clock at 2,500 feet.
Departure, Moxie 914, 1,500, climbing 2,000, heading 300.
Moxie 914, public departure. Radar contact, time maintained 5,000. There's traffic 1 o'clock and about a mile, maneuvering 2,600. Looks like they're northeastbound.
Climb maintains 5,000, traffic in sight at Moxie 914.
Moxie 914, additional traffic to 11 o'clock and 4 miles southeastbound 2,500.
Just looking for traffic, Moxie 914.
Both planes are headed away from Moxie 914, so that's good. The controller keeps Moxie 914 on this heading for just a little bit longer to stay clear of the traffic. Today's flight is going to feature a water route, so the controller will have to turn the plane to the left or right to head out over the Atlantic Ocean. A land route would keep the plane flying straight for a while. Clear of the traffic, it's now time for the turn.
Moxie 914, traffic no longer a factor. Turn right, heading 090.
Right turn 090, Moxie 914.
090 will point the aircraft right toward the shoreline, and the turn is done in time to avoid additional traffic. It's time for the third traffic call out on departure from Vero today. This time it's a plane at 4,000 feet orbiting to the northwest.
Moxie 914, there's traffic 3 miles northwest your position, orbiting in that area 4,000.
Looking for traffic, Moxie 914.
The controller here did an excellent job pointing out all the airplanes near Moxie 914, ensuring that the flight was in the correct position to avoid them. The flight deck crew is busy, of course, flying the plane, and the controller did the right thing by just keeping the pilots aware. With flight schools and lots of GA traffic, this can be a very busy airspace, but it's now time for Moxie 914 to leave the airspace of the TRACON and enter the airspace of the Miami Center. Traffic is no longer a factor.
Moxie 914, traffic no longer a factor. Contact Miami Center 132.25, 32 and a quarter. Have a good one.
3225, Moxie 914.
I don't have the Miami Center audio, but Moxie 914 is now heading east toward the Atlantic Ocean, providing some great views of Sebastian, Florida, the Intracoastal Waterway, and the Barrier Island. Beautiful. Looking north, we can see how the shoreline curves out into the ocean. That's Florida's Space Coast, and up there is Cape Canaveral Spaceport, as well as Port Canaveral. Here's a zoomed-in view from over the ocean. Before we move forward, here's a message from the sponsor of today's video, Extra. Extra wallets come in a variety of shapes and sizes and colors. This one actually glows in the dark. With durable wallets and card holders, the value derived from Extra is unmatched. I always carry an Extra wallet with me, and I know I'll never lose it because I can add an AirTag to it. Check out their site. They have lots of awesome products. And as a viewer of this channel, if you enter code MASELA at checkout, you'll save. Visit the link in the description below. We'll move forward to the landing phase and listen to the Westchester County Airport ATIS for the latest airport information as I show you some footage from the en route phase of flight.
Westchester County Airport ATIS information echo 2356 Zulu. Wind 320 at 16, gust 32. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 7,000. Temperature 3, dew point -6. Altimeter 2962. Remarks. Peak wind 260 at 34. RNAV GPS Yankee runway 34 in use. Landing and departing 3429er. Notice to air missions. Taxiway Kilo closed between taxiway Alpha and runway 16/34. Charlie run up pad closed. For CPPLC Logan, use KUSA. Wind shear advisory in effect. Attention all aircraft, hazardous weather information for the New York area. Available on flight service station frequency. Caution, birds in vicinity of airport. Read back all runway hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information echo.
Yeah, it sure is windy at Westchester. Maybe his flight will do a go-around like it did in the video posted on January 25th. That was exciting. Don't forget to watch that video.
Go around. Yep. Yeah, that's why he's going around again.
Now back to this flight. It's on the Buono arrival to Westchester, keeping it over the Atlantic, east of New Jersey, and headed toward Gilgo Beach on Long Island. The strategic seat selection on the left side of the plane is for seeing JFK Airport arrivals and departures, but things aren't looking too good. The problem is twofold. First, the flight attendants are conducting their landing safety checks and the cabin lights are on, despite being at 17,000 feet. Second, there's a cloud cover right over JFK. It's unfortunate that there were no clouds over the ocean, but the clouds covered the airport as well as parts of Queens and Nassau County. The reflection from the cabin lights and the clouds make this a real disappointment. The disappointment continued over Long Island, where the clouds were scattered, but there were some gaps down there. Without the lights from the cabin and the scattered clouds, we would have had some great views of Manhattan in the distance. Here comes the turn to the east to allow the plane to descend further away from the metropolitan New York City traffic. Unfortunately, it was really tough to see out, but things will get better as the flight attendants do have to sit down soon. And that's happening now as the plane is heading east, looking across Long Island Sound. The lights you see out there are the lights on the southern shore of Connecticut. Both passengers on the left and right-hand side get to see this because this plane is about to make a U-turn directly over the Long Island Sound now that it has been given an opportunity to descend further. The airspace over the Sound affords the flight deck crew to set up for the approach to runway 34 this evening. The aircraft will fly westbound over the Sound, then make a right turn toward the runway. Finally, there are some decent views of the north shore of Long Island down there. Around this point, the aircraft checks in with New York Approach Control. We'll continue with ATC in this video, having already checked into New York Approach Control, and we'll listen into the approach clearance. The rest of this video will be uninterrupted with all the ATC transmissions on Approach Control and the control tower, who will report the gusts up to 28 knots and a gain or loss of speed all the way down. The tower controller will be handling many planes using runway 34 for landing and taking off, including a JetBlue plane that will go on the runway after this flight lands, so this flight will have to exit the runway quickly. Let's listen in and land on runway 34 on this bumpy approach. Apologies for the rough camera handling, but it wasn't exactly a smooth approach.
914, cross Tuxedo 2000, cleared on at Yankee runway 34 approach.
Cross Tuxedo 2000, cleared on at Yankee 34 approach, Fox 914.
November 77 Mike, turn right 020.
Right turn 020, 77 Mike.
Oxy 914, tower 11857. Oxy 914, tower 11857.
Contact tower, Fox 914. Westchester Tower, Fox 914. On R9
Taxi 914, Westchester Tower, hello, good evening. Winds at 300 at 19 gusts. 28, gains velocity between 10 to 50 knots, reported all the way on final. Runway 34, clear to land.
34, clear to land, Fox 914.
Westchester 355, Westchester Tower, good evening, you ready? Westchester 355, winds at 300 at 18 gusts. 28, runway 34, clear for takeoff.
Westchester Tower, ticket 569-2 from Toby on the R9 Yankee 34.
This is 569 Westchester Tower, number 2 to the field. Gains velocity between 10 to 15 knots, reported on final. Winds 300 at 18 gusts 28, runway 34, clear to land.
Clear to land on 34, ticket 569, copy direct.
Flight 355, departures on 120.8.
More departure, Westchester 355, tonight.
Ticket 569, it will be 1 departure prior to arrival.
Ticket 569, copy. And tower JetBlue 1251 ready in sequence holding short of 34.
JetBlue 1251, which Star Roger holds for runway 34.
For JetBlue 1251. Tower Jet 570.
Jet 570, Westchester Tower, hello. Good evening. Gains or losses between 10 to 15 knots have been reported on final. Continue on the approach. Charlie, go, Zulu Lima Mike, you can taxi out to and hold short runway 34.
Okay, move on up and hold short runway 34, Zulu Lima Mike.
It's a good one. Let's hope he doesn't.
JetBlue 1251, traffic citation, 4.5 mile final, runway 34, line up and wait.
Runway 34, line up and wait, JetBlue 1251.
Taxi 914 North Turn. Without delay, turn right at taxiway, Bravo, hold short of Alpha and contact ground.
Right on Bravo, hold short of Alpha, contact ground, Moxie 914. No delay.
Jumping 1251, winds 3001, gust 30, runway 34, clear for takeoff.
34, clear for takeoff, JetBlue 1251.
5569, traffic, Airbus 220, under roll, runway 34, clear to land.
Clear to land 34, take jet 5610.
Use caution when opening overhead compartments as items may have shifted in flight. Thank you for flying with Breeze Airways today. We've enjoyed having you on our flight and hope to see you again soon.
Alright, we'll end the video here. That tower controller was busy managing one runway, and despite the wind, this flight did not fly a missed approach this time around. Do you consider that a good thing or a bad thing? In any case, the flight is over, and if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on the next video, you're invited to click on the subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell. See you next time, everybody.